Welcome back to the Deep Digger Sports Pod. I'm your host, Drew. My other host right over here.
What's up? It's Dee. Good to see you again. This is a very special episode. So this is actually our 50th episode. Go ahead and clap it up a little bit. Light clap, golf clap. It's fucking awesome. Thanks for rolling with us. We really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. We really appreciate it. Drop some comments below congratulating us on our 50th episode.
It's been such a ride. I can't believe we made it here to 50 episodes. We're doing more and more stuff this coming season. We're going to be at the Broncos 49ers preseason game. What's the last one? Chargers? 49ers?
I think it is the Chargers.
Chargers 49ers preseason game. And we're going to be at the Giants 49ers Thursday night home opener, interviewing fans and tailgating. So catch us there. Let us know in the comments if you're going to be there. We're looking forward to it. We're hyped. Not as hyped as the New York Giants are right now as an organization. We're just dig right into it because Saquon Barkley signed a deal. Saquon Barkley signed. Not a great deal for him. Not a great deal for running backs everywhere. But what do you think about that deal? And what was the deal? Just say it real quick.
So it was a 1-year deal worth up to $11 million, $2 million signing bonus. So basically, it is an extra up to $900K, which I know I seen someone was like, what the hell, only $900K? And they're like, oh, $1 million is a small amount to you. Well, when it is talking about like this money, Cole Kmet just got what, $40 million, $50 million? So
yeah, and he has to hit what, 1,300 rushing yards?
Yeah,
it's like
so
65 catches.
Hit, like, pretty big milestones to do.
And they have to make playoffs.
Yeah. So do I think it's a good deal? No. And this is kind of a slap into the face of the rest of his running backs because they actually just held a call on Saturday, a Zoom meeting, not a call, a Zoom meeting. And it was Austin Eckler, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, basically all the top running backs got on this meeting and were like, how do we make more money? And Saquon looked at it and was like, you know what? I'll just take the 1 year. Fuck it. What
else could he do? He hopped on the Zoom call. They talked and basically said, we're fucked. Like, there's nothing we can do. So we just got to sign these deals and play. And the fucked up thing is he can show out, have that great season, put up 2,000 rushing yards, have 100 catches, and they miss playoffs. He don't make an extra mil.
Yeah. Well, even then, they can franchise him again next year.
Yeah.
It's like the franchise tag is still on the table. Like, that's what I don't get about it. You should have just took the franchise tag because then at least next year, if that rolls around, you get more money. But no, they could still franchise tag you next year. And so, it doesn't make any sense to me, but hey, it is what it is. Like, I get, like, I see Nick Chubb came out of the Zoom meeting and he was like, hey, you know what? It is pretty bleak for us at running back because we're the only position where our production actually hurts us. We could run for 2,000 yards and the next year they're going to be like, oh, well, he's wore down. Like, it just counts against them. So I do feel for them, but at the same time, you can't bitch about it and then go and sign this deal. Like, you talked a big game. You were basically, he did go on podcast and was like, I could say, fuck the Giants. I could say, fuck my teammates. I wouldn't do that, but I could. And I think that would be the only way if there was a full on running back holdout. If all these running backs were like to hold
even
out,
just Saquon, like, you're telling me Daniel Jones and the backup running backs and like that team is going to win the first 4 games without Saquon Barkley? Like, the amount of power he had to just sit out 2 games and be like, hey, let's see how you look without one of the best running backs in the league. Like, you gonna roll the dice? You sure about that?
You sure about that? But even then, if he would have gotten all of those guys on that call, Austin Eckler, Derrick Henry,
McCaffrey,
Nick Chubb, McCaffrey, if they all would have been like, hey, you know what? This is for the betterment of us. Like, look at what, the writers and the actors are doing right now. Everybody is taking a stance and they're trying to make a change for everybody. Hey, it sucks right now. We can't promote Tom Cruise couldn't go out and promote Dead Reckoning Part 1, but Bob Odenkirk even said, hey, if you lose, then we lose. And that's not good for anybody.
Is Saquon Barkley a scab?
He's a scab.
Across the picket line and sign with the team?
No, but honestly, like,
that was a joke.
The NFLPA,
Saquon, don't hurt me.
The NFLPA, like, fucked them. They went after dumb shit when they should be fighting for, like, let's abolish the franchise tag. Let's make sure that, like, running backs have, more job security. Just different things like that. Like, that's what the NFLPA should have been doing. But instead, they're like, oh, we want to practice less. Okay, cool. You still don't even get paid that much for making the Super Bowl, bro. Like it's so dumb.
You're already, as an NFL player, so controlled by the team that drafts you, because you don't get to choose where you go as a 21, 22-year-old entering the league. You have to go to the team that drafts you. And then you go through 4 years of that, you get franchise tag, you get franchise tag again, and then that's yesterday's news. Unless you're like a veteran quarterback, you're just thrown out the league.
And I don't think it should be as wild as the NBA, where it's a player-driven league, but I do think that they should have a little bit more autonomy to, hey, like, you know what? I think this is going to be the best position for me. I think, you know what? Instead of going to the Washington Commanders, I want to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's like, okay.
Is there a fix though for this, like, running back, like, even if they fix this, change the salary cap, change the franchise tag, is it still going to be the same where running backs are just not getting paid because they're getting ran through and then and then getting tossed as, where they're just getting ran a lot? Shout out to what's Northwestern. Oh man, cut. But it's gonna be the same thing where running backs are just wasting their early career running so much, and then they're still not gonna be getting paid, even though there's like the cap is fixed in their way, the franchise tag is fixed their way. Like, what's the actual solution? Because the position is just getting so devalued that, like, even if we change things, they're still not gonna get paid.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that, like, again, like, I was listening to Rosillo talk about this, and he was like, no one's crying about fullbacks. There's literally like 9 fullbacks in that whole NFL, like, but nobody's crying about them. Like, and where do you stop? Like, also, like, there's a ton of receivers right now. Like, are we going to start crying about receivers after a little bit? So it's just one of those things, like, what do you value? Like, and the league right now values the passing game. They want more offense. They want to score the ball. And the NFL is obviously pushing all the rules towards that because that's what fans want. And so maybe it's all cyclical. Maybe at the end of the day, the Navy offense, where they're just going to do triple options, is going to come back at some point, because obviously when everybody zigs, someone's going to zag. So maybe it is going to be that, like, how everybody wanted the young hotshot coach that is an offensive play caller. Maybe, again, we're going to have more defensive minded guys. Like, I think there are going to be ebbs and flows to this, but as of right now, the ebb is, hey, we don't care about running backs. Look at Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook is a free agent right now, and he's not getting paid.
Tricky situation with him though, because
I know,
lawsuit, allegations, a lot of stuff. Because before I thought Miami was going to pick him up, but now they got
their own shit.
They got their own shit with Tyreek Hill. So I don't know. I don't know if this running back thing is really going to get fixed. If they're just going to keep signing and keep getting used up until they're 27, 28, and then they're out the door. So,
but even then, like, they're still going to be in the league. Like, we see it. Like, there are still guys that have really long careers, and that, like, the top of the top does, flesh out no matter what.
But the middle class.
But that's anything, you're going to have that happen. So,
well, I don't know. Let us know in the comments, guys. Can they fix the running back position? Are they just doomed to not make money? How much you paying Saquon? How much you paying him? Let us know. Sean Payton's in the news. Man, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was not really hyped to have Sean Payton back as a head coach. But this guy's stealing headlines. This guy, go and share what this guy is quoted as saying.
So there's actually a couple of things.
And we're not getting butt crack sports tier, right?
No,
this is real.
I'm looking at it on ESPN.com right now. He pretty much summed it up. Everything I heard about last season, we're going to do the opposite. So He said, it doesn't happen often where an NFL team or an organization gets embarrassed. And that happened here. Part of it is their own fault. And they spent so much time trying to win this offseason with the PR, the pop and circumstance, and marching people around, all that stuff. He said, basically, it was the worst coaching job in the history of the NFL. So,
I mean, is he wrong? Where's the lie?
Urban Meyer, worse.
Jim Tomsula.
Jim Tomsula at least made it through the season. Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, Jim Tomsula made it through a season. He was an NFL head coach for an entire season. He could put that on his resume. He has put it on his resume, and it's good. And he got paid. But Urban Meyer didn't make it through a season. Urban Meyer had scandal after scandal after scandal.
This might be okay. This might be a discussion for sometime later, where we just do a whole topic on who was the worst coach in the league. You guys let us know. Let us know. I need that discussion. But yeah, that's pretty. Did he say anything else?
Yeah, he said everybody has their hands dirty, including Russell Wilson. It was a bad O-line. Basically, he kind of blamed the front office as well. So I think we all kind of knew that Sean Payton was going to come and this was going to be his regime. I know that this offseason, they went and they got Mike McGlinchey. They went and got Jarrett Stidham, who actually looked really decent against the number 1 or number 2 at the time defense in the league against the 49ers. And so I think if Russell Wilson doesn't have a real bounce back season, he has no problem going to the bench. Like, we've seen what he was salivating over Taysom Hill. Like, he wants that athletic quarterback, and Jarrett Stidham showed flashes last year. I think it could be that. I don't think Sean Payton is in the losing business. He just isn't.
And he said something about we fully expect to make playoffs with Russell Wilson.
Yes, he did.
So if it's not looking good, then he's pulling the plug on that Russell Wilson. I mean, in Russ's defense, he looks slim. He's looking better.
Yeah,
I think he's going to come out more athletic this season. I'm expecting a good season, hopefully, from Russ. Like, last year was crazy. The drop-off was wild. Like, remember before, they were talking about the Eagles giving up, 5 draft picks, a ridiculous amount of picks and players to get Russell Wilson.
Well, did you hear Russell Wilson was the one who turned it down? Russell Wilson said, I don't want to go play there. How dumb does he look not going and playing for the Eagles? You know what I mean? Instead, going to this team that was supposed to be tailored to Aaron Rodgers, he chose to go there. It would have been a completely different outlook if he had gone to the Eagles. Maybe he actually looks better because that offense was humming, dude. And I just don't think, we talked about it previously, why is there so much hype for this Broncos team? None of these guys have proven anything.
Mm-hmm.
They all have potential, but
we never believed.
There's none of these guys that, Jerry Jeudy is the best one, and Jerry Jeudy is probably wide receiver 3 for even the Cowboys. So let's be real.
Well, someone who's also not happy about Russell Wilson success, future. Man, future, bro, you're a grown man. You're still throwing shots at Russell Wilson. He, in one of his recent songs, said, I got it out the field, fuck Russell. To which Russell Wilson posted a picture of him and Future's son on the football field.
Yeah, and he was just like, dad things. Hashtag dad things.
Dude, he won. He won.
He's a win. He's winning. At the end of the day, he goes home to Sierra.
That's period 1.
Yeah, he has a beautiful life, and
Future has other baby mamas and kids.
Yeah,
but he's not talking shit about their significant others. He's just like, that motherfucker is doing better than me. So
and again, it's in a song. I was on your mind, bro. I was on your mind. That was
that's soft move.
Yeah, soft move for Future. He lost L.
And it's not that he just lost. He could be respectful and be like, you know what, Russell's a good guy. He's taking care of my kid. But he's like, I fucking hate that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Magic Johnson is now part-time owner of the Washington for now, Washington Commanders, they're immediately saying, we're changing the name. We're probably gonna smartest move. If I was them, I would like cut down the banners right now, like spray paint over the walls. Like, we're not the Commanders.
I think they should go back to the Washington football team. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it grew on me as it went. I actually really like it. It's almost like it has the vibes of like an MLS team, or MLS Major League Soccer, where it's like what is it, Miami Inter?
Yeah,
it's just like I like that for
kind of clean uniforms and everything.
Yeah, I think they're good.
Commander's such a shit name.
What name do you think?
What was it was like Red Wolves.
Red Wolves.
I like that. Warhogs.
Yeah, that's the name. You have a pig mascot.
Yeah, like something involving airplanes or something. I think there was one. I don't know, but Commanders is like. And then what was they're like, where are the Commanders? Bum, 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 bum. Like they're like practicing a chant they stole.
It was the farmers. We are farmers,
and they had to practice it.
Oh my god!
The only casualty from changing the Commander's name is that rapper that did the song. He's like, left hand up, we're the Commanders. Like, bro, anytime the Commanders have any success, that song is all over Twitter. And like, it's gonna be a shame.
It's gonna be left hand, and he's gonna dub it. Red Wolves,
dude. If you're the guy that made that song and you're watching this, put us in the next video,
dude.
I want to be in the Commanders. I don't care that I'm a Niners fan. I'll be in that. I'll be in the Washington new name music video.
I think they should go back to the old name, Washington Football Team. That's it.
It's a cool name.
Warhogs is also pretty cool, especially because you already have a pig mascot. Like it. Pig presidents.
Do you think there's going to be well, I saw compared to last year and now, a lot of fans actually showed up to the training camp now.
Yeah.
So like the support is going to come back now. Like, do you think this is going to be a brand new Washington football team? Like, are they coming and they getting the playoff run going? They're getting the crowd hype?
I think that they're going to have a lot of support just because it's someone new. Like, Dan Snyder was literally probably, I want to say he's the worst owner in the
Knicks
sports history. Dolan is close, but Dolan also had that big dome built in Vegas. You know, the one that's like the eyeball and all that shit. So, like, I give him a pass for the next few years. He can have, as many shitty seasons as he wants. That dome is fucking cool. What was that Clippers guy who got kicked out for being?
Was it Ballmer or Ballmer replaced him?
Ballmer replaced him.
Yeah, I gotta look up the name.
But anyways, he literally had basketball players walking out, not wanting to support him. So that that might go down as the worst move for an owner in the league. But
Donald Sterling,
that's it.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Dan Snyder might be. Dan Snyder's probably worse. Yeah.
I mean, the A's owner.
True.
But he's just cheap. It's like, does he have? Wait. Before I say he's not as bad as Snyder, does he have any investigations of like inappropriateness with cheerleaders and shit? Like,
what do you mean? Dan Snyder did an internal investigation. He made his wife the CEO. Like, and everything checked out.
What do you mean? We did nothing wrong.
We checked it out. We're good. No, Dan Snyder's the worst, dude. And so I think now new ownership's in there. I think it's just like a new feel, and people are excited. They want to. This is like a historic fan base. Like, they want something to really root for, and so I'm all for it. Like, whatever they change their name to, I hope it's a good one, and I hope the fans really like it.
The only thing that like pulls me away from the excitement of this, because I really like the Washington football team, like as they're set up with Ron Rivera, and I loved Heineke for them, and they got a good squad.
Yeah,
like I really like them. The only thing holding me back from being like super excited, Sam Howell's their quarterback.
Yeah,
like that's who you're gonna roll with. And maybe I'm completely off base, and like the guy's gonna be good.
Yeah,
but I just like you really like you didn't get any veterans in to compete. Didn't draft another guy in the mid round. Like you're just like Sam Howell's our guy. After like one game, I don't know, but you couldn't commit to Heineke, who was out there a dog winning games.
Dog.
I don't know. Last topic of the day. The Warriors, we're going to talk some basketball. They passed on Cam Whitmore, who was projected before the draft to go number 4. We ended up drafting Brandon Podjemski, guard from Santa Clara. Cam Whitmore went to the Rockets, who got a nice collection of young talent. Summer League happened. Podjemski, he didn't look the best.
He looked ass.
He didn't look the best. Cam Whitmore fucking balled out.
Yeah, that's more telling than Brandon Podjemski not showing up. It was how good Cam Whitmore looked. It was I would go ahead and say already, like, just given how the roster is right now, we're needing size.
We need size and strength.
Look what this guy provided. Size and strength, scoring.
How much are we going to live to, like, regret that pick?
It depends how he does, like, throughout the regular season. Again, it's a completely different animal. Like, you're playing 82 games. Like,
yeah.
So maybe Brandon Podjemski eventually, like, over the course of this 82 games, has much better showings for this team. But Cam, I can't tell you that I'd rather have Brandon Podjemski on the bench over Cam Whitmore. I'd rather have Whitmore because what do we need there? We need size. We need scoring.
Dude's a truck.
Yeah. And he has a little bit. He has like.
I mean, he was supposed to go 4 and dropped to 20. Like, maybe there's something there because so many teams passed on him. So I've heard like the knee maybe was a concern. I've heard character issues may be a concern, which you can never trust that during the draft because everyone's trying to throw that in there so that they can drop and get their guy. But yeah, for whatever reason, he dropped 16 spots from what he was projected originally. And he goes to a Rockets team that like doesn't have the greatest leadership within their young.
Are the Rockets like the horniest team in the league? They got Ime Udoka. They got Jalen Green.
Don't look up the Jalen Green video. If you don't want your day ruined, do not look up Jalen Green.
The horniest team in the league right now,
dude. And if Cam Whitmore has character issues, then he went to the wrong place. And then they brought in Dylan Brooks.
Oh my goodness!
We have bad leadership. These guys just do whatever they want. You know who we should bring in? Dylan Brooks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody loves.
We'll see, man. Like, he looked good, but you got to play the full season. How is he going to fit within the team structure? Podjemski does seem like a Warriors guy. Like, he could shoot. He's athletic. He's pretty long. But it's just like, do we need another guard? I would have rather just picked a big. Like, yeah. We didn't even sign any centers other than Sarge. So
not a good first offseason for the new GM.
What makes me mad is Dunleavy, when he first got the job, he's like, we obviously need size. And what did he do? He signed guards.
Yeah.
So
a
like
bunch of guards.
That was one of the first things he says. We need to add size, clearly. And we added Sarge, who's not like a traditional big. It's more of a stretch.
Yeah.
And we drafted that guy we got that guy in the second round. Forget his name, but he looks pretty good. But he's more forward too. So
Kevon Looney is begging for some help, bro. Please.
If he gets injured and doesn't go 82 every year, like, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Because there's just no one to back him up. And so Draymond can't do it anymore.
On top of that, getting rid of Jordan Poole, the CP3 move at the time I didn't think it made sense. Now I don't think it makes sense. Maybe I'm going to be proved wrong when they roll out this small lineup for starting, but I just don't see it. Again, I just don't think he meshes with what the Warriors' key players do.
If this was 2 years ago, we draft Cam Whitmore.
Yeah.
Because we trust our system. We trust that we have leadership in the locker room. And we think, hey, even if he has character issues, like, he's going to mold to what we want him to be as a personality. And then since last season happened, where it was this real divide in the locker room of young guys wanting to play and not being happy for if I ever get my chance, I'll be ready. Like, they didn't want that shit. Like, they want playing time. And the veterans who are like, you need to trust the process and just be ready at all times, and we don't worry if you get your call, like you're gonna earn your spot.
Well, I mean, if you're Jordan Poole and you're looking at Klay Thompson, yeah, he had a good regular season, but in the postseason, just put it out. You know what I mean? You're looking at him, you're like, I could fucking do that. I could go out there and miss shots. Like, fuck, I do it all the time.
If you're Kuminga,
Yeah,
you're playing J. Michael Green, and
I'm right here.
literally like Kuminga, you're getting dominated in the interior, and like no one can score. Why don't you put me in there and so I can rebound so I could get dunks? Like, I don't know. Steve Kerr, he's going to be forced to play Kuminga this year because we don't have other options.
Yeah.
And so it's really on like how well he plays in his opportunities and like how short Steve Kerr keeps his rotation, because if he maxes, he does like last year and keeps it down to like 7-8 people, then Kuminga is going to be on the bench again.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man.
It's pretty crazy.
This might be like a D'Angelo Russell situation when he came to the Warriors just to flip him in the trade deadline. Maybe they flipped Chris Paul. Don't know who.
Yeah, I was going to say, for what, dude? Like, really?
For Dame Lillard.
I wish.
Did you see that Bradley Beal said that he wants to get back to being an elite two-way player? Bro, why weren't the fuck you trying to do that in Washington?
It didn't matter in Washington. That's why.
Where was you?
It didn't matter.
When you were in Washington, why weren't you like, you know what? I should try to play good.
Nope. Why?
And also, when were you an elite defender, Bradley Beal?
No.
That's all we got for today.
No, actually, do you want to talk the Open?
Oh yeah. One more thing.
Yeah. So, it's come and gone. The final major of the year happened in good old UK. An American came back, won it. You know, you have a new king, a short king. His name is Brian Harman.
Is he like 5'7"?
He's 5'7". He actually dominated the entire way through. So it was a little bit boring of a weekend, but only because he made it a boring weekend. He ended up winning by 6 strokes. So just complete domination from end to end. Kudos to him. And he is one of the, like, I know he got a lot of shit throughout the weekend. They fucking hated him over there. He said that anytime he would go out, it was just, heckling nonstop. I know it was like from Friday night all the way through to Sunday. So, I mean, you got to be mentally tough to go through all of that. And so good for him. And this isn't just like the little engine that could. This isn't anybody who just came out of nowhere. He's actually been performing at a high level for a very long time, but he just doesn't have the name recognition that everyone was thinking. And so kudos to Brian Harman. And I know there was a couple of other people that we had our eye on. Rory McIlroy. Rory, it's been over 9 years now since he won his last major. Honestly, do you think he has another one in him?
I mean, he was up and down during the Open, right?
Yeah.
He was some really bad shots, and then he had some amazing stuff to get out of, like some bunkers and all that. I mean, I think he could right now. I think there's really good parity with these winners and with these leaderboards. So yeah. I think he can, especially with the way like a lot of people have been struggling. I don't know, man.
But 9 years, like to go, the best thing I could compare him to is Aaron Rodgers, where Aaron Rodgers banked the Super Bowl very early on, and then he's played at a very high level since then, but just hasn't won anything that really mattered, which is for Rodgers a Super Bowl, what for Rory is a major. And he even said afterwards, like someone asked him, like, does it bother you that you haven't won a major in over 9 years? And he was like, no, you know what I think about? I move forward. I'm trying to win, the Ryder Cup, the race to Dubai. Like, I'm looking forward. And it's like, bro, you should be looking to win a fucking major. Like, that's what really matters in this sport. So,
I mean, he finished 6 under.
Yeah, but still, like,
John Rahm had a nice day. Hama was in the mix a lot of the time.
Yeah, I think he ended up T10. Max Homa?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So pretty good. Fleetwood ended up falling off, going to T10 after he was in that second position for the longest time. When is he going to win a major? I don't know. But
that dude Grillo had some really nice shots that I was like, damn.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But not as entertaining as I would like. I would have liked there to be, a little bit of back and forth, but Harman just took it all.
Harman just had a monster day.
And so that kind of does bring me to like a next like little subtopic that we had, because we've seen some tweets back and forth. So one thing that also happened this past weekend is Mbappe got like a $1 billion offer from a Saudi team. And it made, everyone kind of look and be like, oh shit, are we in the wrong sport? Like, what are we doing here?
So LeBron James tweets about.
Yeah, go ahead.
LeBron James tweets out that he's going to sign a 1-year deal with Saudi or whatever the fuck. And who was it? Was it Kim?
It was Michael Kim, yeah.
Michael Kim quote tweets that. And he says, so when LeBron says it's okay, but we're not going to, the Live guys aren't allowed to say it, but he said he's not going to sign the Live. But I mean, he threw some shade. Like
he did, but it is kind of true. Like
you're going to shit on the Live guys for doing this when literally like other athletes are like normalizing it.
Like I wish that we,
yeah,
but it's only if you had to pick a sport, which major sport is PIF and Saudi Arabia getting into first and owning a team?
The NFL.
See, I don't think so. I think it's America's pastime. I think it's baseball, baby.
No, they've already been trying to get into the NFL. They've been denied. But now that Live kind of opened the door, like I think it's going to happen. I would say like the Commanders were a choice, but that's off the table.
Vegas.
You think he's going to sell?
They don't want that motherfucker in there. They don't want him in there. They don't want Bidwell from Arizona in there.
I mean, what team could get bought by Saudi though? Like
in the NFL,
in baseball,
the A's. You don't think the A's would come in and swoop in and be Vegas. Like, hey, you know what? We'll stay in Oakland, and we're gonna up this fucking payroll. We'll pay a shitload of people. Like we don't care, which they do. They have endless money. Like you don't think baseball's like, oh shit? Like if we were to, what are
Shohei Ohtani to the A's, owned by Saudi. The team owned by Saudi.
Yeah,
that's a lot of marketing, a lot of money.
Yeah,
but it's true. Like if Mbappe is like getting an offer and like LeBron's joking about it, and then golfers are like,
"We've been here and we got shit on because of it."
You guys are acting like we're the worst people for doing this when literally like we're just doing it for the money. Like if you don't want to do this, pay us.
Yeah, and even then, like the government is doing business with the Middle East.
Yeah,
fucking everybody has. If you look at their roster of like active brands that they work with, a lot of them come from,
don't be mad that someone's like took a check when if your employer came to you and was like, here's minimum wage, and then someone came to you and doubled it, you're going to take that money.
Yeah.
Like you're going to take it.
So just interesting time in sports.
Yep. That's all we got today. Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned. We got a bunch of cool stuff upcoming this next month.
Yep. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, drop some comments below. Later.
See ya.